You've probably noticed those big, bold L symbols scattered across weather maps on TV or online. But what do they really mean, and why do meteorologists pay so much attention to them? These L's represent low-pressure systems, often called Atlantic lows. They're not just ordinary weather features, they're vast, swirling pools of air that play a crucial role in shaping the UK's autumn and winter weather patterns. Within these systems, air is constantly rising. As it ascends, it cools and condenses, leading to the formation of thick clouds and, more often than not, persistent rain. This is why low-pressure systems are so closely linked to gloomy wet days. Most Atlantic lows are born over the warm waters of the Atlantic Ocean. They're then guided towards the UK by the jet stream, a powerful high-altitude river of wind that acts like a conveyor belt, steering storms right to our doorstep. In contrast to high-pressure systems, which bring settled, sunny, and calm weather, low-pressure systems usher in unsettled, windy, and often very wet conditions. This is why you'll often see umbrellas and raincoats out in force when a low is nearby. The strength of a low-pressure system is measured by its central pressure. The lower the pressure drops, the deeper the low, and the more intense the resulting weather. Think howling winds, driving rain, and even coastal flooding. Thanks to the Coriolis effect, which is caused by the Earth's rotation, these systems spin counterclockwise in the northern hemisphere. This spinning motion helps draw in more air, fueling the storm further. As these systems travel across the ocean, they pick up even more moisture and energy. By the time they reach the UK, they're ready to unleash powerful winds and heavy rain, sometimes leading to flooding and travel disruption. You can think of an Atlantic low as a massive engine, constantly moving heat and moisture around the globe. This process is vital for balancing our planet's climate. While these systems can bring challenging weather, they're not inherently bad. In fact, they're essential to the UK's climate, helping to replenish water supplies and keep temperatures in check. But their strength and frequency can have a big impact on our daily routines. The ever-changing nature of Atlantic lows is a big reason why UK weather is so famously unpredictable, especially during the autumn months. One moment it's sunny, the next it's pouring with rain and blowing a gale. These systems are a natural and recurring part of our weather cycle. However, when they're particularly strong or arrive in quick succession, their impact can be significant, causing floods, power outages, and travel chaos. As the Atlantic becomes more active in the autumn, understanding how these systems work is crucial. It helps us prepare for severe weather, protect our homes, and stay safe during stormy spells. November is often the peak month for Atlantic lows, making it the time when these powerful systems matter most. Let's explore why this month is so important for UK weather, and what we can expect as the storms roll in. November marks the UK's dramatic shift from the golden hues of autumn to the stark chill of winter, a transition that brings with it some of the most dynamic and unpredictable weather of the year. At the heart of this transformation is the Atlantic Ocean, which becomes the main engine driving the UK's weather patterns during this month. As the land cools rapidly with shorter days and longer nights, the ocean retains its warmth from summer, setting up a dramatic temperature contrast with the cold, Arctic air that begins to sweep south. This clash of temperatures fuels the development of powerful low-pressure systems, which are the breeding ground for the UK's most intense storms. The jet stream, a fast-moving ribbon of air high above the Atlantic, strengthens and shifts southward in November, acting like a conveyor belt that delivers storm after storm straight to the British Isles. In this month, it's common to see a rapid succession of Atlantic lows barreling towards the UK, each bringing its own round of wind, rain, and unsettled weather. The ground, already saturated from weeks of autumn rainfall, is like a sponge that's reached its limit, unable to soak up any more water. Any additional rain simply runs off the land, quickly filling rivers and streams, and raising the risk of flooding across both rural and urban areas. This is why rainfall in November is far more likely to cause flooding than the same amount of rain in the drier, more absorbent summer months. The combination of a warm ocean, a powerful jet stream, and already waterlogged ground creates a perfect storm scenario, one where even moderate rainfall can have dramatic consequences. November is when the Atlantic weather machine truly kicks into high gear, launching the UK into its most active and hazardous storm season. It's the month when everyone needs to be especially vigilant, as the risk of disruptive weather, from gale-force winds to flash floods, reaches its annual peak. Next, let's break down exactly how these powerful Atlantic lows unleash their rain and wind, and what you can do to stay prepared as the storm season intensifies. Atlantic lows are defined by their weather fronts, the boundaries between different air masses. A warm front arrives first, bringing steady, persistent rain as warm air rises over cooler air. After a brief lull, a cold front follows, where cold air pushes under warm air, causing rapid uplift and intense downpours. These bursts of rain can trigger flash floods, especially on already saturated ground. The pressure difference between the low's center and surrounding high pressure creates strong winds. The steeper the gradient, the fiercer the gales, often hitting southern and western UK hardest. These winds can bring down trees, damage property, and create dangerous coastal conditions. Sometimes multiple lows arrive in quick succession, delivering days of relentless rain. Rivers swell, the ground stays soaked, and the risk of widespread flooding rises. It's this multi-day relentless pattern that turns wet weather into a genuine crisis. History shows just how severe November flooding can be. November has a history of devastating floods in the UK. In 2019, South Yorkshire and the Midlands saw a month's rain in 24 hours. Villages like Fishlake were submerged. November 2012 was one of the wettest on record, with hundreds of homes flooded and major transport disruption. The autumn of 2000 brought the wettest season since records began, with widespread flooding across Kent, Sussex, and Yorkshire. These events sparked national debates on flood defenses and resilience. The pattern is clear saturated ground plus slow-moving Atlantic systems in November can have severe consequences. Learning from these events is crucial for future preparedness. So, what do the latest weather models predict for this November? As of mid-November 2025, weather models show a very active Atlantic with the jet stream steering multiple low-pressure systems toward the UK. The Met Office and ECMWF agree. The setup is classic for wet, windy spells. Several lows are lined up, with the first arriving this weekend, further saturating the ground. More deep lows are expected in quick succession, leaving little time for rivers to recover. There's uncertainty in the details, but the overall pattern is unsettled, with few signs of a dry spell. Forecasters warn of above-average rainfall and the risk of slow-moving systems, which could heighten flood risk. The message, heightened vigilance, is needed as the month progresses. Let's assess what this means for flood risk across the UK. With saturated ground and more rain forecast, the flood risk is elevated for much of the UK this November. Agencies are issuing warnings, especially for Western Hills, Northwest England, Wales, and Scotland. River flooding is the main concern. Rain will run off quickly into catchments, raising levels fast. Major rivers like the Severn and Thames face risk from prolonged rainfall, while smaller rivers could rise rapidly after heavy bursts. Surface water flooding is also a threat, especially in urban areas where drains can't cope. A shift in the jet stream could change the risk, but the setup is primed for flooding. Communities in known risk areas should stay alert and follow official advice. So, what practical steps can you take to prepare? The first step in flood preparedness is to understand your risk. Begin by checking if your home is located in a flood-prone area. This can be done easily using online postcode checkers provided by the UK government. These tools give you a clear idea of your vulnerability and help you plan accordingly. Next, sign up for free flood warnings. These alerts are sent directly to your phone or email, giving you valuable time to prepare and act before flooding occurs. Staying informed is crucial for your safety. Take time to create a simple but effective flood plan for your household. Write down a list of essentials you'll need in an emergency, such as important documents like passports and insurance papers, prescription medication, a torch for light during power cuts, and a fully charged mobile phone. Also, include spare batteries, bottled water, non-perishable snacks, and a basic first aid kit. Store these items in a waterproof bag so they're ready to grab at a moment's notice. Know how to move valuables and irreplaceable items upstairs or to higher shelves to keep them safe from rising water. Make sure you have a list of emergency contacts, including family, friends, and local authorities, and keep it somewhere accessible. It's important to discuss your flood plan with everyone in your household, so each person knows what to do and where to go if a flood warning is issued. If a warning is given, act quickly. Install floodboards or air brick covers to help keep water out, and use sandbags if you have them. Move your car to higher ground to prevent damage, and relocate outdoor furniture or bins that could be swept away. Turn off gas, electricity and water at the mains if it's safe to do so, but never touch electrical switches if water is present, as this can be extremely dangerous. Your safety is always the top priority. Follow the advice of emergency services at all times. Never attempt to drive or walk through floodwater, no matter how shallow it may seem. Just 30 centimeters of fast-moving water can sweep a car away, and even less can knock you off your feet. Floodwater can hide hazards like open drains, sharp objects, or contamination. If authorities tell you to evacuate, do so promptly and calmly. Preparation and listening to warnings are your best defense against harm. Remember, flood preparedness isn't just about protecting yourself, it's about looking out for your neighbors and community as well. By working together, we can all stay safer during floods. Here's how we can support each other. Community resilience is vital during floods. Check on vulnerable neighbors, elderly, families with young children, or those with mobility issues. Local flood groups and wardens help monitor risks and share warnings. Get involved or stay informed. After a flood, community support is crucial for cleanup and emotional recovery. Councils and charities often set up support hubs. Know where they are. Building resilience is a year-round effort, not just when storms hit. When we work together, we're safer and stronger in the face of extreme weather. Let's wrap up with a final thought on facing November's challenges. The UK's relationship with the Atlantic shapes our weather and our way of life. November's storms are a reminder of nature's power, but also of our ability to prepare and adapt. Forecasts and warning systems are better than ever, giving us time to act. Lessons from past floods have led to stronger defenses and better emergency plans. The key is to stay informed, take practical steps, and look out for each other. Preparation turns anxiety into control. The storms will pass, and we'll recover, together. By being vigilant and ready, we can reduce the impact of severe weather. Let's face this November with resilience and community spirit. Calmer days will follow. Let's be ready for both.